Alright, I'm tired of repeating myself, so I'm just going to make a video. That way I can just send this to everyone. Yesterday I got up for work. I had no intention of wanting a new phone, um, a new service, or anything like that. I've had at&t for 4 years, been happy. Um, so I go to work, and I get dispatched to go work at a building where there's a T-Mobile store. And I have a coworker with me, and we've got to change the filters. I just thought you'd see here if it'll pull it in. It says SIM not supported. I don't know why it doesn't see the writing. That's weird. But I hit try again and nothing happens. It's going on 24 hours without a mobile device. What happened is we went in the store to change a filter. We're setting up a 10-foot ladder in the back room up in the ceiling. And the store manager, a lady, pops in there. And, oh, are you happy with your service? I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, I'm happy, I'm good. Oh, how much are you paying? So just be known, at this point in time, as a servicer, when we go into homes or businesses, we got to try to be polite. We can't just say, F off, get lost. I don't want to talk to you. We need to be polite. And honestly, it's in my nature. I'm normally a very polite person. So, how much are you paying for your phone? How many lines do you got? So I'm standing on the bottom holding a 10-foot ladder so a guy can stand up on the ceiling. And I tell her, I can talk to you about it later, but, I'm holding a ladder. I can't do this now. But she continues to press on and press on and press on. And eventually she actually says, well, we're giving away free tablets. The offer starts today. Let me have your social security number and I'll run it. And at that time, I'm like, yeah. Once she runs my number, she'll find out my credit's shot and she'll leave me alone. And I won't have to deal with this woman no more. But nope, she comes back and says, yeah, you would have to leave a deposit for the tablet, which I'm like, okay, good. So now I got to wait. I'm not doing this, whatever. I'm still holding a ladder for a worker up in the attic and above the ceiling tiles. And so now she says, well, you'll save $40 a month, 2 lines. And you know what? 4 years of service for at&t, things have worked. I really don't see the big issue. I even told her I was happy I'd pay more. And she just kept at it. So eventually I broke. And I'm like, what do I need to do? And she's, well, all you need to do is, if you don't want the tablet, and I said, well, is it an iPad? She says, no, it's this third-party brand or something or other. I'm like, I don't want that. If I can be done here and walk out and the phone still works, go ahead, transfer it, whatever you want to do. So she comes back and she says, is the phone yours? And I'm like, yeah, I bought it at Best Buy. I don't owe anyone any money for it. I bought it outright. A 5 SE, an older 5, which those were a great phone back then. So nevertheless, at that point, she says, well, is your phone locked? And I'm an HVAC tech. I'm not a techno guy. As far as I know, I handed the phone to her right there when she said that, and my fingerprint was off of it, so it wasn't locked. I own the phone. So she comes back 5 minutes later and shows me her cell phone and says, oh, we have requested your phone to be unlocked. And I'm like, well, okay, what's that mean? I'm still holding the ladder. And she's like, well, your phone may not work for 24 hours. The video didn't pause. That was the same reaction I had then. What the F? I walk into this place as a worker. A store employee harasses me. Doesn't inform me what locked is. If she would have said, just like I do to a customer, if she would have said, if your phone is locked, sir, it may require, and I would have said, well, then that's absolutely the killer. I will not do this with you guys. I have to have my phone. I have to have it. No bottom line. No ifs, ands, or buts. I have to have it. She didn't do that. It would be like me going into a home and telling a customer that you need a blower motor. But really all that was wrong was a capacitor. And I could have just gave her a capacitor to fix her problem. To me, I feel, though, information was either purposely misheld from me or unknowledgeable held from me. And now I'm at no phone. So, she actually then says, and I'm like, what the, I gotta solve this. I'm still a guest in their store. Um, she says, oh, I have to hold this woman holds the ladder. She says, I will hold the ladder. You go sign your debit card thing. I'm beside myself at this point. It's 60 some bucks. To be honest with you, pennies in the bucket to me. Don't give a shit. I went in there and signed it. That way I can get out of this freaking store and get away from this woman. Okay? And then I'm like just going to go out and put my at&t SIM back in and let the $60 of Verizon expire and chalk it up as a learning lesson to not be nice and be rude and say, look, lady, I'm happy with my damn service. Leave me alone. Next time, that's what I have to do, apparently, because they're too pushy. They solicited someone that was not even a patron in their store. Is this what she does when she goes to Acme to buy groceries? Walks around the hall and try to talk people into changing over or whatever they do? Okay. Well, she says, oh, I feel so bad. Now I spent my whole lunch in there. I didn't get a lunch yesterday, so I feel like crap today because of it even. Spent the whole time in there. My coworker goes in and he goes off and has lunch. And he comes back, I'm still standing there, trying to figure out what to do to resolve this issue. I walked in with a working phone. I should walk out with a working phone. Pretty simple, common sense. I don't see anything wrong with that. So at that point, gonna be honest, she did say, oh, I'll give you a loaner. I live an hour away from there. So I've got to deal with a loaner that apparently is only going to just give me phone calls. It doesn't have all my stuff that I've lived with for 4 years on my phone, which we'll get into in a minute. Because when I left the place, I realized, wow, this really sucks. I can't navigate home. I had to use my work tablet to navigate home. Well, then I got down the road, man, I wanted some coffee. Wanted some Dunkin' Donuts. Went to go look, oh my God, the Dunkin' app's on my phone. I'll have to just look for one. Granted, now all this stuff is, you can open your eyes and look down the road, but you've lived with these luxuries for all this time. And then as a reaction of an action from that person at the store, I'm reaping all these problems, okay? So, it went on and on, I missed my delivery from FedEx, they rang my bell, but guess what? My ring bell didn't work because my phone's not there. So, I get home. I had to go in through a back door of my house because, guess what? I can't open my doors without my phone. My keys, I haven't carried keys in years. Don't need to. I had to go through a different door. All right? So I go in, and hours later, I try to resolve the issue. I call, do this, that. Nothing resolves it. I call back to the store, and of course, that manager went home. And the store guy, Jay, says, oh no, she went home. And I'm like, oh yeah, she went home with a working phone. So she's at home playing, Angry Birds. And I'm sitting here without a working device. It's okay for her. She don't care. One more notch on the, T-Mobile belt that they sucked in another a person. So, I feel 100% misled. And since last night, talking to, I'm not sure what exactly his name is. I think it's Marnarsh. I guess he's that store manager of the manager. And he was nothing but belittling. Accused me of just wanting a new phone. When I am, ooh, wow. If you mention the word fraud, wow, that dude comes on court. Because one of two things happened. Either that woman unknowingly didn't fill me in on what locked means, or she knew and it was fraud. It's only one of two ways. It's not hard to figure out. So, at that point, after talking to him, and I knew anything wasn't going to go really any well, I contacted my legal, and they said keep trying to resolve the issue and document all the, issues that I've had that I can't do and all this because of not having this device, and we'll document it, and, most likely we'll probably have to end up in some stupid court of law over this, to get me reimbursed, restituted for all this pain and BS and time and shit I've had to spend. So, here I am now the next day, it's over 24 hours later, and I've got Twitter people calling me or hitting me on my tablet, which thank God I didn't turn my tablet in. She wanted the tablet card too. But I knew better. After the phone went to shit, I said, no, not doing the tablet, it's working right now. So, thank God I didn't. So I still have my at&t tablet working here, and it's on the Wi-Fi at my home anyhow, but nevertheless, here we are. And I've been repeating myself so much, I just said I'm going to make a video. I'm tired of it. All I can recommend to people is steer clear of a T-Mobile store. Watch these people, what they do. Ask a lot of questions. If I known that locked means locked, I'm a technological guy. I would have stopped it. Yeah, I would have done. Stop. You know, give me that phone. I would have took the phone back from her. But you know, here we are, and I keep asking, just give me a phone. Give me a freaking phone. When I went into your store for no purpose of having a phone to work there, they took my service away, and now I don't have it. So all I'm asking for is give me a phone that works. I don't want a loaner. I didn't walk in there with a loaner. I walked in there with my phone. I want a replacement phone. So let's see what you do, T-Mobile, if you're going to stand up behind the actions of your store employees. And, you know, if I mislead someone in a job, just so that you know, my store employee, or I'm sorry, my owner and the owners of the other companies I worked for, like say I burned out a control board in a furnace. They had air when I got there, but they don't have air when I leave. Guess what? Unacceptable. They're getting a free control board. You know, that's business ethics. You know, if you want to screw people over when they walk into your business, don't expect a lot of business. I meet a lot of new people every day, and this is what I intend to share with them. You know, this was my experience with T-Mobile. Have a great day, everyone.